guess I'm it today. I thought today went well. It's that time of year where you not try to beat each other up. You're just trying to execute and get everybody in the best possible shape as you can and affect the game plan the best you can. But I thought it was a good day. Any questions?
Does Sony not being out there mean you won't play Saturday, or?
No, it doesn't mean that. Just means it wasn't ready today.
He might play Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Is he in the questionable range or the probable range?
I don't know. Well, you know, he has gotten better every day. I know that. We're, you know, I always say hopeful. I'm hopeful he can play.
You like to talk about your scout team. Is Jacob Park and those guys able to simulate what Auburn does pretty good for your defense?
Oh gosh, that's nearly impossible to do. But if you get lined up right, and you at least take the right angles and block the right person, and you know, make the right reads and all that kind of thing, it gives you a chance. But to be able to do what they do physically, you know, we can't do that.
What about Keith Marshall?
Yeah. I would say doubtful on Keith.
Is she still dealing with injury issues, or is it just a?
Yeah, he's just not full speed.
How you like the Chubb Gurley rotations? That looking pretty good.
Yeah, those guys are practicing hard, and they are, you know, just watching their work habits is fun. Brennan Douglas also doing a good job. And, you know, Keith's getting some reps here and there. Krampus getting some reps as well.
Coach, David Andrews mentioned yesterday that he thought that he couldn't remember, but he said that the first and second team offensive lines are in Victor's club. I mean, we've sat in this room before, and you've had maybe one offensive lineman behind the first group that was kind of ready to go, 6 guys who could go. How important has it been for you guys to kind of have that stability up front all year?
We've had good depth, quality depth, meaning I'm not talking about quality of a person, although they are quality people, but quality in that, you know, they could jump in there and play, you know, for them to get in the game and just execute well. I mean, they did whatever we asked them to do and did it well, so they got on the Victor's Club. But I don't know if all 5 of those guys back there would be ready just to go in there and take over and be just as efficient, but they're getting there. They're getting a lot better.
Does that change the way you guys coach and the way you guys go about things offensively when you kind of have some depth back there and you don't really have to worry about if you lose a guy, you don't have anybody to put in there for him?
Not really. I mean, we're still going to run the same plays, and you know, we try to get guys in the game that you know, earn the right to do it. But probably the 2 toughest spots in my mind is offensive line and quarterback. To just say, well, let's just kind of rotate them, let's roll them around, because it is such a, that group truly has to work as a unit, and the communication is so crucial. And the more you have guys working together and communicating well and gaining confidence together, the less you want to break up that combination. And the same thing at QB. It's not easy to just roll your QBs in and out without it becoming a big deal. And either, you know, from a point of view of a quarterback trying to get into some rhythm, and then also just from having to deal with everybody's opinion, I guess, sometimes can make things problematic at the quarterback position. But yeah, I'm pleased with how the backups are playing right now.
Your first time through it with him, have you talked at all to Tracy Rocker about playing Auburn, or gotten any sense of what this might be like for him?
No, I'm sure it means a lot. I mean, this game's just big to our team. I mean, we're all, you know, as coaches, we're all professionals, and we know what this game can mean for us, or at least how important this game is to us. And I don't really get too much into the emotional part. How do you feel about this game, Rock? From a personal point of view, but I'm sure it means a lot to him, though.
It's odd for you that you have him, who he was on Auburn's staff in 2010, and then Coach Gardner is now,
I mean, that's football, and that's life.
How big is it, this game, though, from a recruiting standpoint, being that you guys do like almost pretty much all the same players
Right.
all the time? Have you found that outcome can sway a kid's decision sometimes in this one?
Outcome, I don't think too much. I think if a young man comes to our place and has a great experience and sees unbelievable atmosphere and then sees a place where he fits in and could be a part of it, I think that's what he's most concerned about. Same thing. When they go to Auburn, they'll be looking for, how their fans are, how their coaches are. They'll be looking how their players are as far as how they relate to them. And then do they see themselves in their system? Do they see a plan for themselves in that system? Do they see hope for them to be able to play? And usually relatively early, most of them want to have the thought of competing right away. So I think that's what they look for the most.
Offense obviously is putting up a lot of points again this year, but how much does it help to be getting all these other touchdowns on special teams and defense as well?
Right, yeah, they do. They all count. And we've done a good job this year in a couple areas. And one is getting some scores outside of offensive scores. And then the other thing I think is just the turnover ratio has been really good. We haven't really put our defense in a lot of bad situations this year. In the past, we've had some issues where we've given up scores and given up field position, momentum. Now we had that one fumble after their kickoff. I guess it's probably their second kickoff for us. And so they get the ball and have a chance to score a touchdown and get within 7 after we go up 21-0. But the defense rose up and got a stop and got it to be a 3-pointer instead of a 7-pointer. So that was bad, but we haven't done a lot of those things all throughout the year. We haven't put our defense on the short field very often or just given up points. And then again, our defense has scored points, special teams has scored points, and also created some good field position for the offense as well.
Mark, in what ways have you seen Hudson kind of take his game to a different level during this stretch when Todd wasn't with you guys on the field?
Well, I mean, his numbers are good. And numbers don't always tell the story, but he's just made a lot of very good decisions. He's been very accurate. I thought last week, I don't know how to describe it other than he just cut the ball loose with all the faith and confidence that everybody was going to do their job. And even though a defender might have been running with a guy, he threw it anyway. He threw it where we had the best shot at catching it, and we had tremendous success there. I mean, Rump makes a great catch that's contested. Malcolm makes a great catch that's contested. Blazevich's touchdown, definitely a great catch. And all those were great throws where the guys were being hotly contested by a defender. And I think he was almost wanting guys to be a little bit more open than they really get sometimes, and I think that really helped him.
Are you guys prepared again to maybe use Bryce early? I know the Florida game wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Right now, we think Hudson's really playing well, and I don't think we're going to be in a rush to do that.
I'm sorry, I was talking about Alaska. Heading into
Kentucky. Yeah, we thought about it. But we also said we didn't make any promises to anybody because, sometimes you'll make a promise and the moment's not right. And then you don't do what you said you were going to do and you feel bad about it, but you're doing what you think is in the best interest of the team at that moment. So, I know I've learned, and Mike and I both have learned not to say, hey, it's going to be this series no matter what, because sometimes circumstances change and you don't do it.
And Mike Thornton's a guy that he had to work hard to recruit out of Stone Mountain, but didn't really get a chance to get in position to play like till this season. Can you talk about a guy like that? And
Yeah, I'm very happy for Michael, he has worked hard, and he's had his share of disappointments as far as not getting on the field as much as he had hoped or in his career, but he stayed the course. He's not a whole lot different than the Hudson Mason story, guy just kind of hanging in there, banging away, getting a chance as a senior and taking advantage of it. I'm really happy for Mike.
Isn't he playing pretty good? I mean, he's been a captain a couple of times. And is he playing as well as it appears?
Well, he's playing well, and he's leading well. He's doing it the Georgia way. He's doing it the coaching staff's way. And he does help younger players do what they're supposed to do as well. He's done a good job of leading for us.
Is there any reason why the green jerseys have been off the running backs, receivers?
Well, mostly because we're not doing an awful lot against each other, offense versus defense anymore. It's scout work mostly, and we're not, the scout teamers aren't striking those guys, so there's just no point in doing it.
Justin Scott Wesley been practicing, but hasn't really got into a rotation.
I know.
Is it something that he's just not showing Coach the ball yet?
Well, he's
still back.
he's getting there. I mean, he's working hard, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him do something anytime now. But it wouldn't have surprised me last week or the week before. I mean, he's working hard. He's getting a lot of reps. And sometimes when you're in there, your number just doesn't get called, Just so happened Rump's situation, it wasn't like any one of those plays were like, we're going to throw it to Rump no matter what. I mean, some coverage dictated that that's where it went, and he made plays when it came to him, and just how it went. So hopefully, Justin will have one of those days for himself.
Coach, we know it's a night game and temperatures could potentially get down to freezing level. Anything in particular you guys are working on to stay loose?
We're not too concerned about the weather. From what I hear, the wind's not going to blow too hard if it goes the way it's supposed to. I think it's going to be a nice, beautiful, crisp, clear night, and I think the guys, their adrenaline and the body heat of just playing hard will keep them warm.
Obviously, you all knew when you signed Todd that he was good. Do you remember when you realized that he was going to be special?
Well, the first time in two-a-days that we had some live running or some inside drill, team run, I think it was a team run drill we call it, and just kind of watching him run, watching him break tackles, just he was impressive. You're like, whoa, this guy, there's something to this guy. And it didn't take long at all once we put the pads on and started competing a little bit.
Anything else?
All right.
Thanks, Coach.